Welcome everyone, I'm here to show you how to build a fun little project called a cubed card. Now I learnt this one just today and I've made a few to show you. The hardest part is the decorating, but it looks really sensational. So this is the first one I made and it's going to be a bit hard to show you on the overhead camera, but this is how it sits, like this. So that's how it sits on a bench and it's got all these little bits and pieces. Now it does fold flat. I'm just checking if this is dry now. I might fold the other one flat in a minute. You can see it sits like that from over above. All right. And then another one I made is this one. I haven't done any decorating on this one. Just leave it like this. But what's great about these cards is they either fold flat like that to go into one of the bigger A2 envelopes, or not A2, A5 envelopes, or you can fold them square to go into a square envelope. It's about 5.5 inch envelope, and then they open up like this. So that's that one there. All I've done is just done the sentiment on this one, not anything else. And then I just made this one because I thought I was filming and I wasn't. My camera didn't work. So this is the other one that I've just made using some beautiful blues and julep. And again, I've just only decorated this a little bit. I'm going to come back and finish this one in a bit. And again, folds up like that or like that. All right, I'm going to show you how to make it. Really simple. I'll just pop that one out of the way for a minute. Okay, so these are all the pieces that you need. So you need a piece of cardstock that's 5.5 by 11.5, and then two other pieces of cardstock that are measure 2.75 by 11.5. So two of those. So that's almost a whole piece of paper, and then you've just got a little bit left over that you're going to use. We're going to use later in the card making process. And then you also need 6 pattern pieces of paper that are measure 2.25 by 2.25, and 6 pattern pieces of paper that measure 2.5 by 2.5, and these are sort of in the background so they can be a more muted pattern if you like. And then a contrasting cardstock that measures 2.5 by 2.5. So, and then these are just some decorating pieces over here that we've got. All right, so I'll come back to them in a minute. And I'll pop these aside for a minute and we'll move on to our scoring. Now, I use a scoreboard for scoring because I find it more accurate for me than using my scoring blade in my trimmer. However, you're welcome to do either way. I'll give you the measurements for both. So you score all 3 pieces exactly the same measurements. So along the long side, and you score at 2.75, and then at 5.5, and then if you were going to go on, you would score at 8.25 and then 11. Or if you're like me, you haven't got a 12-inch scoreboard, just turn it around and go at 0.5 and then at 3.25. All right, that's one done. And then the others are just done exactly the same. So and that's all your scoring done for this project. So as you know, you can use your score blade on your trimmer exactly the same way. All right. So next you have to just miter this little 1/2 inch area here. You're just going to miter them so it's easier to stick together. All 3 of them, all 6 miters, I guess. Like that. I think I folded this one the wrong way, but it'll be okay. And then you're just going to fold at all the score lines like that on all the pieces. You can burnish them if you like. Not absolutely important for this one. My fingers is probably enough. Okay, now we're going to stick them together. So on the bit that's your mitered end, I'm just going to use the Tombow because it's just it sticks quicker and a little bit stronger than the normal adhesive I use, which is this one, but either would work all right. Easiest way to do this is to put your sticky on, turn it over, and then just fold it like that so it comes out and then gives you a square. exactly the same on all of them. Fold it over, fold it over. Another one. And there you go. That makes your card. If you have a look at, oh sorry, it goes that way. Like that. And if you look back at this one, that's how that looks as well. All right. So that's the hardest, oh no, actually we haven't reached the hardest part yet. These are all easy bits. So next you're going to stick, which I'm going to put that to the back, you're going to stick these squares on here. So they go on the bottom half of this bit, and then you just have to work out where you want your, that way I think. So I'm going to put glue on here. That was just to avoid the seam. That was what I was looking at there. Now the only important thing on this is that you don't go over the score line with your, or you won't have enough room. Just realised I'm doing this without my glasses. It could be dangerous. So there's one on, and then the same on the other. Put it like that. There you go. And that forms your base, like that. All right. You can see that. Now we're going to do the decorating. So you're going to get your cardstock squares and your smaller designer paper squares, and you're just going to stick them together like that. I'm just trying to decide which colour I might do. Might do the lighter colour. As you can see, this is easy because I've just got one piece of designer paper that is the stripes on one side, and the back is the other one I'm going to use. So that makes life easier. There we go. Now we're going to stick them onto this. So basically if you look at this one, you'll see they just go straight down the front there. So you can just flatten it. Well, this one I've got to make sure the stripes are all the right way, but otherwise it doesn't really matter. All right, so it's starting to come together. So when it stands up, you can see it's starting to look like that. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is put our sentiment on in the middle here. And this is probably the trickiest part of the whole thing, just because it's fiddly, not because it's hard. So I'm going to get this bit, and I just need like about 1.5 inches, two of those. Let's move that out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. So, and it doesn't need to be exact or be too much of a issue. I'm also going to make them slightly thinner because they're going to go behind this sentiment here, and they're just a little bit too thick. So I'm just going to, it doesn't matter, it just needs to be hand trimmed with the scissors. It doesn't need to be done with the trimmer, although you're most welcome to. Okay, then it's as simple as folding those in half. Just make sure they fit while I'm here. Sorry if this is a bit shadowy today. I've got my light in a different position. All right, so now you're going to unfold them now that you folded them, and we're just going to put some adhesive on them on both sides, on both ends of the fold. And these are just going to allow the sentiment to sit exactly where we want it. So I hope you can see this is a bit fiddly. I'm just going to stick it, so with the crease to the center, I'm just going to stick it approximately in the middle, maybe a little bit above the middle on there, so you can see, I hope you can see that it goes like that. And then on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. This is very sticky stuff. And just match it exactly there. I hope that's straight. Oops, sorry, it's a bit fiddly and a bit hard to see, a bit hard to show you really. But once you start doing it, you'll work out what the, there we go, that's better. Then I'm going to get my sentiment and pop it on the top of those. So I said it gets a bit fiddly. You just got to trust that you got it in the middle. Bit of leap of faith, this one. Oops. Of course it's not easy. Maybe I'll stick one side then the other. So I hope you can see that. There we go. As I said, that's the hardest part of the whole thing. So when you bring that up, it just pops out like that. And then when you fold it down, it goes flat because of the little things. Okay, so that's done. And then we're going to stick these bits in. So these bits are going to go on the inside of here, where everywhere you can see. So I'm going to start at the top, so I'm going to do those two there. It just covers the crease, the join mark, whatever. Wow, didn't think I was going to have trouble with that, sorry. Dropped it down too far. I do it like this rather than trying to show you. Might work a bit better and get it a bit straighter. No, still not straight. This is not hard, I promise you. I'm just making it look hard. Now I'll just bring it right up to the top, easier. Okay, and then we do the other side. Hopefully makes it look a little easier than that one did. There we go. And then the bottom's in here. This paper's not very different, so it's not even really standing out. It's only when you see it up close, probably. I'll just adjust that light a little bit for me, and that might help me. There she goes. All right, and then the last two go behind the little sentiment to cover up where you joined the sentiment to the card. It's a bit easier. Slide it in there. Give it a gentle press down. And then do the other side. So as you can see, it's all done. You probably can't, on this, you probably can't see the difference with the blue inside. And in fact, you could choose a brighter colour if you wanted to. But I quite like the look myself like that. So I hope you can see that really well. I'll hold it still for a minute. I'll also post a photo of it once I post this video. And then you just have to decorate it. Now, the only thing to remember with decorating is that you don't want the decoration to come below or go above if you want it to be posted or go in an envelope. So if you're going to fold it into a square, you've got to make sure that the bits you put on don't come above there. But you could just give it like this as well. So here's one I did earlier that I thought I might stick on. Just says the Queen Bee. It's quite cute. And similar colours. I actually was going to go on the B one and then I didn't use it. So I thought that'll look good there. Then I've just done a couple of butterflies. And I think I will just maybe stick one down here. Some 3D foam tape. You can do lots of flowers and whatever your favourite stamp sets at the moment are is what I would be using. This one's a bit of a favourite of mine at the moment, this butterfly one. I go through stages. I can just make that a little bit 3D as well, like that. And then the little one. I will pop. Maybe even on here. And then I would go on and decorate it some more. And so that's how it's starting to come together and look. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. I really love it. I hope you do too. As I said, looks impressive. It's really, really simple. Hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you really enjoy and have some fun trying this a little bit harder technique, but it isn't really. Thanks for watching. Bye.